Hello YouTube, this is 1984 Terminator here, and tonight I'm going to be giving you guys a comic book review over Alpha Flight #1 from the Bronze Age up in 1983 from Marvel Comics. It's a pretty much what Alpha Flight is they're a Canadian team, and they're from and they were first introduced in Uncanny X-Men. So yeah, here's the cover. See, there's some familiar faces on there. I have read through this already. I will say this is probably about a 2.5 to 3 star book for me. I might get the second issue, I might not, or I might just give this away, or or trade it away if anybody's interested. I'll leave it in the comment box below if you're interested. But anyways, let's get on to the review, shall we? Created by John Byrne, lettered by Joe Rosen, and approved by Jim Shooter, edited by Danny O'Neill. And we start off with this guy here, known as the Vindicator. And his name is James McDonald Hudson. And we get to see some, and they were seen in Uncanny X-Men numbers 139 and 140 battling a Wendigo, as you can see right there. And this is what the artwork looks like from this. This is my first classic comic book review, guys. And he's saying that and then this guy is telling, and the Prime Minister is telling Vindicator that Department H is disbanding Alpha Flight, and that he's on his own. And then we get to see the Alpha Flight, the Beta Flight, and the Gamma Flight. Here's Alpha, here's Beta, here's Gamma. Alpha Flight was reasonably, they mostly got their lives of their own. Beta Flight, still in training. Some have learned to live with their powers, to deal with them. Some are learning. And Gamma Flight, the raw recruits that he doesn't even know who they are, who some of them are. And then we get to see a glimpse of the villain right there. He turns himself into a villain later on. And then we see Vindicator go off being unemployed. By the way, this is a double-sized issue for being #1. And then we see Doctor, and then well, first off, this guy performs this ritual to turn into this thing. And then we go to the Sacre Reserve just outside Calgary, Alberta, with Dr. Michael, two young men, MD. Oh, sorry, that's another member of Alpha Flight. And then we see a set of twins, and they are brother and sister. Just trying to look for their names here. Well, human name is Jean Paul. I'm trying to remember who this guy's name is, but the sister was away. You can see a little asterisk for Machine Man #18. Him and his sister start talking, and I think that's Shatterstar. I'm not entirely sure though. I'll have to check. And then North Star, and then his sister's name is Aurora. Mutant name is Aurora, and his is North Star. And then before that, the brother and sister start arguing. I can't remember what they start arguing about. Yeah, about how that her home is not a home, it's a prison. And then her and her brother share different ideals on their powers. And then we see Max, I believe that's his wife, Heather McNeil Hudson. Yep, that's his wife. And that's his home as well. And then he gets a call, then he's away again. And then before his wife's name is Heather. And then before he goes to deal with this problem, and then she asks him, "Shouldn't you contact the rest of Alpha Flight?" And then he says, "No, there is no more Alpha Flight." And then Heather goes into the back closet and sees to see if she can find any more for more members of Alpha Flight. She contacts them, and that's how they get involved. And then we go to another member right there. I'm not entirely sure who that is, but oh yeah, Judd. That's his name, Judd. He's like the call. And then you see two more, Sasquatch and Marina. Right there is Sasquatch, and then over here is Marina. Right there. And then trying to see who this is. Snowbird. That's Snowbird. There's a lot of yellow blocks here I'm trying to see. So that's Snowbird. And she gets the presents, and then here's the guy. Here's that guy from before. Yeah, he's all crispified. Here's what he turns himself into. A big monster. And there's what it looks like. Right there. And then you see Aurora shooting herself out of the water. I like that page right there. This one. Just whoosh. It almost reminds me a little bit of Namor. And then Vindicate, and then you see twins coming. You two are cautious, North Star. I have no wings, but yeah, they're flying right there, as you can see. Pretty much what this story is entailing is Alpha Flight getting back together again. And then you see Judd kicking this guy's ass with no problem, just taking him by his leg and just bashing him on the ground there. And then the villain, and then this monster's name is Thundra, as Snowbird calls it, Thundra. And then Thundra starts holding her own, and then there's the Vindicator. I'm trying to think. And then we see Thundra, and then we see Dr. Two Youngmen coming in to try to talk to it, but it doesn't have any effect. And then they realize that they have to use the environment to defeat Thundra. So they do that, and then, but before they do, here comes Sasquatch trying to see if he can test his strength against it. And then the monster just shoos him away. Yeah, right there. And then here come the rest of Alpha Flight. And then they try to, and then they're using the environment against it. Yeah, he says natural erosion the forces of natural erosion. And then they start talking about like it's working, but it's not at the same time. I don't know how that is. And then here comes the other members. And then they all together use the method that Dr. T. Youngman was talking about, and then destroy the beast. And then after that, they're all back with Vindicator or Hudson, and then here comes Judd, and then all of a sudden Judd and I can't remember who else. I believe the guy that Sasquatch get into a fight because all he says that Judd's good for is being a mascot. So they get into a little tussle, and then there's the last panel, and then it goes on to issue 2. So yeah, this is, I don't know. I mean, the artwork in here. I mean, the artwork was good, guys. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to take away anything from the artwork. It's just that the story was, I don't know. I mean, I do like some of the members of this team. It's just the story just wasn't for me. I guess I don't know. So, anyways, guys, this is 1984 Terminator here. This book, it's about a 2.5 to 3 stars for me. I didn't really particularly care for this issue. It was average. And I would be willing to trade this for something like Amazing Spider-Man or some Fantastic Four, some Daredevil or something like that, or I'd be willing to just do a giveaway for this. But if anyone's interested, please leave it in the comment box below or in my inbox, and just let me know if you're interested in this book or not. And yeah, so this is 1984 Terminator here, guys. I know it's been one of my more negative reviews. But this is my first comic book review, my first classic comic book review, and my next review will be over The Amazing Spider-Man number 69. I have some very good things to say about that issue. So this is 1984 Terminator here, guys. Keep reading, keep collecting. Shout out to all my subscribers, and I'll catch you all later.